Discussion boards. Let's take some time and talk about discussions or discussion boards. You may hear them called many different things. Discussion boards, discussion questions, discussion threads, discussion areas, but for the most part you'll hear it be some play on the word discussion, conversation forum, but for the most part discussion. And you may be asking yourself, if you've never taught online or never taken an online classroom or have had a positive experience with an online class, you may be saying, how is a discussion possible online? If we're all in 30 different students and an instructor in 30 different parts of the world and we're not there at the same time, how is that possible? Well, to be honest with you, I've seen some really good discussion boards where the students are all engaged, the instructor's participating, and I've seen some really crummy ones where even if the instructor's participating, it's like you're talking to the wall and not the students. So, of course, with anything, if it's done effectively, a discussion board or a threaded discussion can really help a classroom, an online class. And it's one of the most commonly used tools in an online classroom, in an online teaching, and it's something you really need to just take ownership of as an instructor. Discussions that happen online can easily be compared to ones that happen on the ground. One of the major differences and the exceptions would be that you actually type your response in an online class, and traditionally they're not done at the same time. That is called being asynchronous. Being able to post, if I post something at 8 o'clock, you can come and post it at 8:30 and respond to it, and conversely. In an on-the-ground class, we're having a discussion live. So we'll look at the positives and the benefits and negatives of an online discussion in some other videos. But the purpose of a online discussion board, discussion room, discussion area, whatever you want to call it, a discussion in an online classroom is for the students and the faculty members to have a discussion about a topic. Simple as that. Now this allows the students to share their opinions on a topic, and as a faculty member it confirms their understanding of it. So we know that they understand the topic being discussed. The discussions are a public area, so again, you don't want to maybe reprimand a student in a classroom in a discussion area. That may be done phone call or email, private email. But one of the good things about it is that students can share their learning, and they can share it with each other, and they can share it with the faculty member as well. The discussion area is an area that really can vary from school to school, but the premise, the idea of it remains the same. One of your contractual obligations as a faculty member, normally, every school I work for has some type of discussion requirement for you as a faculty member. And again, that varies from school to school, but that means you're posting in the discussion area maybe a set number of times during the week, or a certain number of posts throughout the week or the unit or that lesson. Maybe it's you need to post 5 times within 7 days and 2 to 3 times on each one of those days. Again, this is one of the major areas where a school differs. They may actually look at the percentage of posts that you make in comparison to the students, because it would be kind of counterproductive if they said you have to have 30 posts in your classroom and your class only has 5 students. You're going to overwhelm the conversation. But some schools, no matter what, require it, and you need to make sure that you meet those obligations. So this is one area that I do see a lot of new faculty members struggle with. They have a lot of problems with, and it's actually meeting the certain number of certain days and making sure that they're posting quality responses. And we'll get much more in depth in discussions and how to be successful, and I'll share some of my best practices with you. But this is definitely a place where I see that you have mistakes with, and they get frustrated with, and maybe they don't understand the point of it, or they don't truly know what is expected from them. So again, I can't tell you specifically what is expected from the school you work for. You need to be clear with and make sure that you communicate with your faculty manager or whomever is telling you or signing your paychecks that you're clear on what they expect from you, because again, that's one of the ways that you're going to be assessed as a faculty member and ensure that you get more work and you'll be asked to teach again. So again, the discussion area is a vital part of an online classroom. It can be done well, and it can be done not so well. And my job and my goal is to show you how to be one of the best faculty members in the discussion area in all aspects of the classroom, but how to not waste your time in the discussion areas and how to effectively communicate in these discussion areas. So we'll get into much more discussions in other videos, but this is just a quick video to explain to you the purpose of a discussion board and to introduce you to the idea of a discussion board or a discussion area. So I look forward to seeing you in some other videos.